Kelsey Paul, and you're watching It's Today for WHITradio.org. Hello, this is Kelsey with today's top story. Pope Benedict is resigning affecting today, February 28th. And a lot of people are questioning this choice because the Pope hasn't retired since the 1400s. So why is the Pope retiring actually a good thing? Well, the Catholic Church is a very big establishment, and it needs a good, supportive leader in order to run it. And if the Pope, doesn't feel comfortable with his health and his position as Pope currently, then I think by all means that it's okay to retire. What do you think, Ida?
Yeah, I think, as you said, it's perfectly normal because you can't really focus on doing your job if you have all these medical issues. And just because he's resigning doesn't mean that he's less devout or that he doesn't take his job responsibly. I will bet you that he's been dealing with this for many years. This probably hasn't just come up. He's probably been thinking about this for many years, and it's probably been bothering him a lot. So I think he was very brave to make such a decision, a big decision, and I think we should be proud of him.
Now, they say that he has a secretly installed pacemaker and potential blindness in one eye, and I think that health is a big factor in the way someone performs their job. If he's not able to and he doesn't feel comfortable, then he shouldn't have to. But people are saying that it's not due to health, but to other circumstances.
I mean, people are always going to speculate.
Yeah.
They're going to speculate no matter what he does. They're going to speculate if he stays. So I think he is a good example. He doesn't really care. He cares, you know what I mean? He doesn't
This is Mr. P. I'm just going to interrupt you a bit, but I think what Ida is saying, and you're saying, I think he's putting the church ahead of himself, and
yes.
He just doesn't feel at this point in his life he can do all the duties that he needs to do at a high level. So he's bowing out.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
I think it would be a bit selfish of him to stay, because if he stayed for the position and he couldn't do his job right, it would hurt everyone. So.
And as we all know, Pope John Paul II died until, he died in the position of Pope. But he was suffering a lot with Parkinson's, but that was his choice. And Pope Benedict made a very brave, smart, unselfish move to resign, and he should get credit for that.
Yes.
Okay. So
in more happier
news, we have a very inspirational story from my local town, Bayonne, and Ida's local town as well.
Yep.
Go Bayonne.
Woo.
Okay.
Bayonne Bees.
So we have one of our citizens from Bayonne turned 100 years old, and this, I think, is a big accomplishment in someone's life.
That's
she
huge.
lived a whole century.
Yeah, wow. That means she was born in 1912?
Yeah.
1913?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
crazy.
she's going to turn, she hasn't turned 100 yet, but very close, March 8th. And she's going to be...
my birthday.
Yay.
Yay.
When's your birthday?
March 10th. That's
Happy
Sunday.
birthday, Ida.
Thank you.
She's going to be celebrating it with family, with her grandchildren, which are very important to her. Josephine Richardson said that she takes life as it comes, which I think is a very important aspect when you want to live up to 100 years old.
It's a very good motto to live by, yeah.
You can't stress the small things, but, she put her job, she was a teacher. Wow. She served her community. She was a teacher for over 30 years.
Wow.
And she retired in 1979. So she knew when to stop, and she knew when to live her life and get the things she wanted to get done. She had traveled to Ireland, which was where her family was from.
That's a good, fulfilling, a lot of people wish to travel, but they never do. And then you see this older lady, she's traveling to Ireland. Wow.
And she even had a house there.
Wow.
And she
enjoys herself.
Yeah. She's splurging. And, well, I see this as a very inspirational person because if I ever turn 100 years old, I hope I would have accomplished what she did in her life. And I just want to know, what is the bucket list? You know, what do you want to accomplish? It's different for everyone, what you want to do in your life. And you only have one life, so
YOLO.
You might as
YOLO.
You only live once. So why not live it to its fullest?
And I think a lot of people in our school understand that, as they'll see in the video that's coming up.
Yeah, so we interviewed people today, and we asked them, what are the top 2 things on your bucket list? What is on your bucket list? And we got some interesting responses. We got some different ones. We got some common ones, but let's see how...
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Top 2 things on your bucket list.
Top 2 things. I'll give you my top 1 thing on my bucket list. I can't think of 2, but I would like to visit every continent at least once. So we'll see.
The top 2 things on my bucket list are earn lots of money, then spend lots of money.
I want to marry Miss Yulo. I want to live in a box, and those are my bucket list.
Top 2 things in your bucket.
I want to jump off the Grand Canyon, but survive. So that means bungee jumping. After that, go on to the Walk of Faith of transparent glass in China.
Before I die, I want to write a book, and I want to have a pet chicken.
Oh, hi. Didn't hear you come in. Oh, my bucket list? You know what I'd really like to do? This is truth. I've been doing stand-up comedy now for 10 years. I would like to be able to do it on television one time. But I've done on some local crappy television, public access and the TV station here. But I'd like to do it on a real network or cable type show. Okay.
The top 2 things on my bucket list, I really haven't thought about it, but I have to say a balloon ride over the Atlantic. Sounds like, well, maybe that would probably be boring. Maybe a balloon ride from coast to coast, from New York to LA. And then number 2 would be, I'd like to motorcycle through Europe and Asia with my son. That's what I want to do.
I would love to be the Spanish teacher in high tech that will make a difference in a student's life and will be remembered.
I want to marry Miss Yulo. I want to live in a box. And those are my...
Well, as you can see, people have different things on their bucket list, but a lot have to do with traveling, and this can be seen as, wanting to experience new things, not only material things, but things that make your life, you know what I mean?
I feel like we're so bogged down by, I have a test tomorrow, and I have to go home and do the laundry, that we don't think of the big picture. There's this whole huge, big, wide, beautiful world out there, and all we have to do is reach out and just try new things, step out of your comfort zone every once in a while. It's worth it. It really is.
So in the end, I just want to say that if you have a bucket list, try to go out there and do the things. Don't be afraid to try. Always try, and in the end, you'll live a happy life, just like Josephine did, and
the Pope is doing.
And the Pope.
And everyone.
Just live your life to the fullest.
Thank you.
And it's today's show.
It was great talking to you guys. Bye.
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 Thank you for watching It's Today.
Once again, I'm Ida Bergini.
And I'm Kelsey Paul. Have a beautiful day.